Do you have a paranormal encounter you'd like to share with us? Send us an email with your story for a chance of it being featured on Weird World. Embark on a journey into 3 more true and unnerving real-life reports of encounters with parallel universes. Traverse through Rachel Keane's inexplicable brush with mortality and her seemingly double-lived day. Marissa Davis's week-long hiatus in an altered reality marked by trivial yet disconcerting discrepancies, and Wade Gallagher's dream that conjures up 2 unborn sisters, forging a link to a realm where they might have lived. Such accounts challenge the nature of human existence and leave us wondering if the lives we lead are just one of countless others that we do not consciously have access to. I think I died and switched universes. In 2022, Rachel Keane was preparing for a party scheduled at 6 in the evening. Just as she was about to start her preparations, she received a message from one of her close friends who was filled with excitement. The boy her friend had been crushing on for the last 4 years had finally asked her out, and he would be accompanying her to the party. As Rachel was responding to her friend's text, her younger brother entered her room, asking for a ride to his friend's house. Rachel agreed. Afterwards, she headed to the bathroom, planning to take a shower and do her makeup. Once she was in the shower, Rachel reached for her conditioner, only to find the bottle empty. This frustrated her somewhat, especially since she had just bought this expensive brand of conditioner only a few days earlier. She immediately suspected that her younger sister was the culprit, as she had a habit of using Rachel's belongings. To add to her annoyance, the bathroom had also been left in a mess, with water everywhere, and a used towel discarded on the floor. Rachel's irritation peaked. She decided to leave the shower to confront her sister after fetching another bottle of conditioner. But as she attempted to exit the shower, she noticed, albeit too late, that the grip mat, essential for preventing slips in their particularly slippery shower tub, had been kicked up. As she took her step, her foot lost its grip, causing her to slip. She was on a direct course to slam her neck into the tub's edge. Time seemed to stretch, and a singular thought flashed in her mind. Wow, this is how I die. How stupid. However, in the split second that should have been a tragic collision, Rachel jolted awake, finding herself safe in her bed. Rachel knew her story sounded absurd, almost like some uninspired plot from a tacky Netflix show, but she couldn't conceive of any other plausible explanations for what had happened. She distinctly remembered being in bed right before her intended shower during the first instance, though she didn't recall falling asleep. Interestingly, she had been a lucid dreamer for around 5 years, and if what she had experienced had indeed been a dream, it surpassed in inconceivable magnitude any vividness she had encountered before. Moreover, what followed would render this explanation all but impossible. What especially unsettled her upon waking was a message from the same friend who had texted her in the dream. This time, her friend shared that the boy she had feelings for had asked another girl out, leaving her heartbroken and not in the mood for the party. At first, Rachel dismissed the eerie similarity between reality and the dream. However, as she was about to reply, her younger brother entered, once again asking for a ride to his friend's house. Rachel felt a chill run down her spine. Her brother, noticing her pale demeanour, stood at the doorway, confused, asking if everything was all right. In a frenzy, Rachel bolted to the bathroom, feeling as though she was on the verge of a psychotic break. She inspected the conditioner bottle, and to her disbelief it was empty, exactly as it was in her previous experience. Not only this, but the grip mat in the shower tub was again kicked up. Feeling overwhelmed by the uncanny incident, Rachel went to lie down and sent a message to her friends, informing them that she would not be attending the party. In a parallel universe for a week, the following events took place 3 years ago in 2020. Marissa Davis woke up one day anticipating an ordinary morning ahead. She proceeded with her usual morning ritual, making her bed, brushing her teeth, and so on. However, while brushing her teeth, she noticed something strikingly peculiar about her electric toothbrush. There was a distinct rose gold metal section on her toothbrush, a feature she had chosen specifically because she had found it cute. Yet that morning it was distinctively dull and drab silver. Shaking off her confusion, she attributed it to a normal lapse in memory, believing perhaps she misremembered the colour all along. But her confusion only deepened when she descended the stairs. The couch, which she passed countless times a day due to her work from home setup, and which also marked her night's end and morning's beginning, was positioned against an entirely different wall. Living only with her elderly parents, Marissa knew that they were unlikely to have rearranged the furniture overnight. They had already been asleep when she turned in the previous evening and were still sleeping when she came down. Consequently, upon their waking, she immediately questioned them about the apparent relocation of the couch. However, both adamantly asserted that the couch had always occupied that position. On the verge of tears, Marissa pleaded with them, suspecting a potential prank. But their sincere denials eventually convinced her otherwise. As the day wore on, she gradually put aside the discrepancies of the toothbrush and the couch, accepting it as just one of those things. Although deep down, a nagging feeling continued to prod at her that something was awry. Later that evening, Marissa proceeded to lock up the house and draw the blinds, adhering to her usual routine. The basement door's deadbolt chain was typically the last item she secured. However, yet again, a strange irregularity caught her attention. It was a detail about the chain. Contrary to her vivid memory of it being gold, the chain and its mechanism were a stark silver. This final unexpected discrepancy, following the prior subtle yet unnerving alterations to the toothbrush and couch, led Marissa to an unsettling hypothesis. Had she awakened in a nearly identical parallel universe marked only by minor differences? Concerned about her own sanity and wary of the inexplicable changes she had observed, Marissa maintained a heightened awareness over the next week, making sure to track the couch's location and the colour of metals in her surroundings. And then, just as inexplicably as the anomalies had begun, everything reverted to its familiar state. In her bewilderment, Marissa approached her parents. While their age had slightly dulled their recollections, she was convinced they'd recall the recent heated discussions about the couch. Yet they seemed oblivious to the past week's peculiarities. Instead, they reaffirmed the couch's original positioning, looking at Marissa with concern once more. To her amazement, her toothbrush had regained its rose gold tint, and the basement door's chain shone gold once again. The mystery surrounding her experiences left Marissa questioning her sanity, grappling with the eerie discrepancies of her week-long visit to an altered reality that was so distinctively different yet mundane. Two sisters that could have been. Some background to Wade Gallagher's experience. His girlfriend is white, a brunette, and an only child. Her parents are also white, but with a more robust build. Her father, who had significant anger issues, passed away before Wade had the chance to meet him. Wade suspects these tendencies might be hereditary, as his girlfriend occasionally presents in the same way. A few years ago, Wade had a peculiar dream. In it, he was spending time with his girlfriend, engaging in typical couple activities, a leisurely walk followed by a movie. Afterwards, they retreated to her house and settled into her room, having a casual conversation. However, the conversation was interrupted when an unfamiliar woman entered. This woman, appearing to be several years older, bore a resemblance to Wade's girlfriend, but with distinct differences. She had a more Hispanic appearance and black hair, and stood taller. Surprisingly, she was introduced as his girlfriend's sister. Although they seemed to have different fathers, their interaction was unmistakably sibling-like. As the three conversed, another woman joined them. This second sister, sharing a closer resemblance to Wade's girlfriend, was sturdier in build. She seemed to fall in age between his girlfriend and the first sister. Intriguingly, she shared both parents with Wade's girlfriend. After some time, a light-hearted argument between the sisters ensued, typical of sibling rivalries where the intention isn't genuine harm, but more about asserting oneself. Wade and the Hispanic sister exchanged glances. A mutual understanding seemed to pass between them, as if to recognise the familiar pattern of anger inherited from their father, which was now escalating into a physical dispute. Shortly after this realisation, Wade was jolted awake. Upon sharing his dream with his girlfriend, she, finding it amusing, relayed it to her mother. To their astonishment, her mother revealed a deeply pertinent history. She had suffered 2 miscarriages before the birth of Wade's girlfriend. The first was with a Hispanic man, preceding her relationship with the girlfriend's father. The second miscarriage occurred with her current husband before their daughter came into being. The 2 unborn children eerily matched the profiles of the sisters in Wade's dream. Their birth order and ethnicity seemed to fit perfectly with the sisters he had observed in his dream. This raised a puzzling question. Had Wade glimpsed into a parallel universe where both unborn girls had survived, or was his dream a mere coincidence, an uncanny alignment of subconscious thoughts and reality?